some things, and you should make a quick response. I don't know. You'll see.
I'll try.
So, favorite video game?
Favorite video game? I play a lot of Battlefield. I've been a big fan of the Battlefield series for a very long time. I don't play a lot of video games, but probably my favorite video game is Journey by that game company.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Favorite board game?
Favorite board game right now is a very less known game called Attica. My wife and I are in the middle of a 150 game tournament to finally decide once and for all who is the best at Attica, because we argue on this point, and so it was only going to be a 50 game tournament, but she won that, so I decided we needed to have a best 2 out of 3 of 50 games each. So we're working on 150 games right now, and I expect to win. So that's my favorite. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you. I'm going to get everybody to cheer for me, and my wife will just give up.
Favorite board game art?
Favorite board game art? I absolutely love Tidal Blades. I haven't played it yet, but that Kickstarter was just amazing. Mr. Cuddington, the artist behind them, did such an amazing job with that. But gosh, what else? There's so many great. So that's the first one that comes to my mind, but it's a more recent thing. I'll say that one. So
okay. Most played board game in your family?
Definitely.
Like all the family?
Definitely Attica at the moment, but I already gave that answer. So what's the other one that we're playing a lot right now? Oh gosh, what is it? Well, a shout out to a great friend and a great game is one that not many people know about at all, but hopefully they will know more about it in the future. Is a game called Iconica. Made by Eric Torres. He's a local here of Arizona, and it's a wonderful, awesome game that he created the artwork for and the game, and it's a fantastic game and world. He's done a fantastic thing with it. That's something we've been playing quite a bit of in our house right now.
Okay. Favorite animation, movie or series, whatever you want.
Favorite animation of all times. Favorite movie recently that's animated, as in like in the last 15 years, is The Incredibles. Absolutely love The Incredibles. Not Incredibles 2. I loved Incredibles. I didn't necessarily love Incredibles 2 that much. Incredibles was perfect all on its own. But I love the new Hilda series on Netflix. It's just this charming, awesome little story. I've only watched I don't know, 8 episodes of it, but my kids have all seen all of it, and we're all pretty big fans. It's just beautiful style and beautiful story.
Favorite graphic novel?
I'm a really big fan of a comic graphic novel called Delilah Dirk. I like that's something I really like a lot. That's one of my favorites.
Okay, I had here your favorite music. Like sort of.
Let's see. Is it my favorite music? Sorry, the stuff. It's not my favorite music necessarily. The stuff that I had there, but what is my favorite music? I don't know. It probably is some of that other stuff. So I already gave it. It sounds sad, but yeah, I'm a funny guy who just loves Enya all the time.
Coffee or tea?
Neither. I don't drink coffee or tea. Hot chocolate. Hardcore
Okay.
hot chocolate person.
Early bird or night owl?
Both. I got up at 3 this morning for work and went to bed at 11. The night before that, well, I fell asleep on the couch because the night before that, I went to bed at 3 and got up at 5. So I have to, it's horrible, and I'm going to pay the price someday, but I am, in fact, a night owl and an early bird at the same time.
Which cliche about artists do you think to be true?
I'm always wearing turtlenecks and leather pants. So yeah, that one. No, cliche. I don't know, but we definitely are a different beast. My wife and I are super close, of course. She's my best friend and most wonderful person in the world. But she's not an artist. She's a math teacher, and we think very differently from one another. And I'll think of things that are just weird, and I'll be lost in my head forever. So I don't know. Are we dreamers? Probably, yeah. That would fit me.
What does art mean to you?
My goodness, these are hard. Art. I guess it's expression. It's sharing something that requires some craft, that requires some expertise. It's not just something that, for something to be art, it can't be done frivolously, I don't think. But it doesn't mean that it has to look a certain way or be a certain thing. It needs to be passionate. It needs to be, but it needs to communicate a message of some sort. I'm not a very I'm going to say artsy fartsy artist. I'm a very practical artist, but I love art of all different kinds. So, yeah, passionate, expressive, purposeful.
Okay. The most recent photo you took is of?
Do you really want to know? My son with horrible hives all over his body, so we could send it to the doctor and go, "What's wrong with our child?" But if you mean like something that's artistic, of where I'm hiking, and I have some beautiful areas here in Arizona that I hike frequently, and I often will take a sunrise picture as I'm hiking at 7 in the morning or something like that. So that's probably the most recent attractive thing I've photographed recently.
Something most people don't know about you?
Most people don't know about me. Well, most people don't know me that much, but I once stood right next to the Queen of the Queen of England's mother. I lived in England for a time, and I once at the National Gallery in London stood right next to the Queen Mum, but she's passed away recently, and so we're not as close as we used to be. But
Okay.
that's true. I did stand. We were both admiring the same piece of artwork, about a foot away from each other.
Well, yeah. I also see in the background there you play some instrument. You play the ukulele? Where?
I have in the past, yes, but now it mostly hangs on my wall until one of my children pulled it off of its string off the wall and it fell on the ground and broke. So so now my music career is over.
Oh.
But no, I do love the ukulele. I used to. I was Many years ago, I had a very good friend, an older gentleman from Hawaii that was teaching me quite regularly, and I thought I was doing really well, but then I moved away, and my free lessons were gone, and I didn't practice like I should, and so I stopped. So normally it's just hanging there to make me feel good, like I am musical, but I'm not.
Um, where can people find out more about you, your projects, your art? Where can they go to see
Sure.
it?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I try to post stuff there often, but I am horribly inconsistent. I will go weeks where I'll tell people about things that are going on, and then other times I don't. But my website, bosleyart.com, is probably the best place. Whenever there are big things happening, I have a newsletter and I send things out. I try to do that monthly, and so there's usually some decent amount of information that I'm passing along through that for sure.
Okay, so that was the last question from our trivia game. Thanks a lot. It's been really great to get to talk to you and find out all kinds of stuff. Like you
Yeah,
saw the Queen of England,
her mother,
her mother. Yeah,
her mother. I never got to meet the Queen, but her mother and I were very
but you were
close.
pretty close.
We are best friends until she passed away, and that was yeah.
So thank you again for taking the time to speak with me, and we look forward to your upcoming projects.
Wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Andy. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.